We often cancel our own plans and sacrifice our sleep for people who vanish the moment they get what they need. Daniel was the ultimate example of this in his quiet, rural town. He was the local problem solver, fixing bicycle chains, moving heavy boxes, and listening to everyone's troubles. He agreed to every request immediately, earning a reputation for constant, tireless kindness. But this reputation came at a cost. Daniel's own house was decaying. His garden grew wild, his windows remained broken, and his roof leaked. He spent his days fixing everyone's life but his own, returning home every night covered in dirt and completely drained. This is the trap of the chronic people-pleaser. Treating your time and energy as an infinite resource for others leads to personal bankruptcy. Biological resources are finite, and unconditional giving eventually exhausts them. The breaking point arrived with a sudden, violent storm. As heavy winds tore through the town, the residents scrambled to secure their property before the rain hit. Daniel's reflex was to help others first. He ignored his own exposed house and ran to his friend Oliver's property, spending an hour securing Oliver's tools and equipment in a dry shed. By the time Daniel returned home, the damage was done. The rain had ruined his garden furniture, soaked his belongings, and turned his yard into a muddy wreckage. His mother found him staring at the mess and quietly noted the reality. He prioritized everyone else's safety over his own. Daniel's exhaustion was fueled by the sudden realization that his unilateral giving offered an empty return. The good person identity he worked so hard to maintain left him with nothing but ruins. Seeking a way out of this burnout, Daniel visited a retired teacher named Mr. Harris. Daniel admitted that his attempts at kindness were breaking him. Mr. Harris explained the nearby river provides life to farms and trees because it stays within its banks. Its path is defined. When it loses those banks, it doesn't nourish anything. It becomes a flood that destroys the environment it was meant to help. Daniel was a river without banks. Unbounded kindness is a form of self-destruction. To be truly helpful, a person must first establish where their own territory begins and ends. To fix this, Mr. Harris gave Daniel a behavioral challenge, the 7-day pause. Step 1. Stop the automatic yes and force a mechanical pause before responding. Step 2. Audit the internal cost. Calculate how much time, energy, and peace this request takes from you. Step 3. If the cost is too high, tell them, not today. The challenge began immediately. Oliver arrived that afternoon, demanding Daniel help him move heavy cargo. Daniel looked at his own broken fence. He felt the old urge to agree, but instead he held the pause. He told Oliver that he needed to fix his own property first, politely declining the request. Surviving that initial friction brought a tangible, quiet pride in taking care of his own life. By the end of the day, his own fence was finally repaired. A second storm hit the town a few days later. This time, Daniel's roof began to leak, threatening his home once again. For years, Daniel had been the first to show up for everyone else. As the rain poured through his ceiling, not a single neighbor came to check on him. Instead of feeling resentful, Daniel felt capable. He gathered his tools and repaired the leak himself. Sitting in his dry house, he realized he had achieved a state of self-reliance. He no longer required external validation to feel valuable. This change had a surprising effect on the town. Because Daniel was no longer an on-call utility, his neighbors, including Oliver, were forced to solve their own problems and become self-sufficient. Daniel now had a surplus of energy. His yard was pristine, and for the first time, people respected his time. They treated him as a person rather than a tool. When Mr. Harris visited again, he saw a man in total control of his environment. Daniel explained that by protecting his own time, his life had finally come together. Saying no is an assertion of strength. It is the act of valuing your own heart and mind. The world only respects your resources when you show that you respect them first.